Okay, gang, I'm out here in the gardens. It's getting that late summer deal where you got to start cleaning out. I put in some new lettuce. Some nice things are coming up for the fall. Brussels sprouts, collards, got some green cabbage. A lot of nice harvest. Tons of tomatoes to get. But we got Labor Day weekend coming up. So right now, it's time to start digging up some potatoes. How do I know? Let's take a look. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
Alright, so let me get in here. Now here's how you know. You can see when the vines are dying, that's normal. And then as the potatoes are ready to harvest, they just die off. Look at this one, we're sitting right at the surface. What a beauty there, except you see all that green? That's not good. So, I don't know, maybe I'll cut it. Let's hold it for now, but usually that green is not a good sign. Got the wheelbarrow over there. So, now the fork can be a little dangerous because you might split right through a few, but then you use them right away. Let's see what's going on under here. Start at the surface. Now what I've been doing is hilling these guys up. Look at that. It's nice russets. That's a beauty right there. I see more. A lot of green. The ones on the surface are catching sun. That can be a little toxic. Alright, we'll start by getting rid of the plants and give us more room to dig. Little guys, going gently with the fork now. And I don't know if I'll do it all tonight, but I'm going to be turning this entire bed over. Some nice worms. See, I just went right through this big beauty. It's alright. I'll wash them, cut them up, and cook them right away. You do want to cure them, so to speak. So let me use my hands near the surface before I get down deeper. Here, liddies. It's going to be a good harvest. I knew it would this year. Oh, we're chock full. We're chock full. Look at this. Nice size. I planted these seed potatoes way back in early spring. A little green on that one. But a lot of real beauties here. And this must be where I put the Idahos. There's some other varieties in here. Nice little size. More russet. Somewhere in here there should be some smaller red potatoes. Move around. Taters, taters, taters. Good harvest. Okay, gang, I just started down in this corner. I knew I put some reds in. I like to roast those. So apparently the reds are down this corner of the garden. Let's see what we got. There we go. Nice little reds. We got the big Idahos. Oh yeah. Best potato year yet. Alright. Onward. I'm turning this off. Alright, got a nice little grab. What I'm doing now is curing up the harvest, and I'm just brushing off some of this dirt. We do not want to wash these yet. In fact, we don't want to wash them at all until we're ready to cook with them. But I'm getting most of the wet dirt off the outside with this brush. And then what's going to happen is as they cure, the skins will harden, toughen up. So any other dirt that's left on them will be dry. Skins will be tough, and then I can really just clean them off and put them in the basement. You do not want to wash them. So getting them all brushed off, and then come on in the barn. Come on. Let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
So, it's very makeshift. This is where I hung all the garlic. So I put a few up here, but they're kind of weighing it down in the center. So I took this old, it's just an old plastic tub, and I had built that when I was raising the little chicks in the living room. Had the heat lamp on it. So I got as many on there as I can. I want to give them room to breathe. And then I have this old screen. So we'll just lay them out, and we'll leave them in here for about 2 weeks. And then, like I say, they'll then the outer dirt will dust off real easily. The skins will toughen up. That soil will dry on them. I'll dust them off and put them in. And I think I have some extra scrap wood around here. There's some. Yeah, I think there's enough wood around here to make myself a nice little potato crate for the basement. We'll do that several weeks down the road. All right. I'm calling it a night. I'll dust off the rest. And maybe before the week's out, we'll get a little dish out of some of these. Because I'm saving. You don't want to put the ones that we forked and that got damaged. Those I'm going to bring in the kitchen and just wash. Alright? And I'll use those in the next several days to a week. Because you don't want to put them near them if they're cracked or they got the fork through them. Taters 2023. Pumped. I'm just rolling in from the workplace. And those potatoes are in the kitchen. Not the ones I stored, the ones that I took in to rinse up because they had pitchfork cracks, etc. So I'm going to do something with them tonight. Back into the garden. Come on in. I got something in here that I want to pair up with those potatoes. Got some beautiful looking Swiss chard. I've been enjoying that. There's the tater bed. Basil's doing good. Goldie. Tons of cherry tomatoes, yellows, reds, brandywine. Got some beets down there. So, maybe we'll have to do an issue soon where we start pickling up some peppers. Got the bananas, got the jalapeno, and over here we got cherry. I'm gonna wait for those to redden up. There's a red one down there. Even the jalapenos, they get a little woody before they get red in this climate. But that's not what we're here for. It's one of my favorite soups in the whole world. Let's pull some of these leeks. They're not all ready, and some of them are small. But I'm going to pull a couple of these fat ones because they look like they're ready to go. Potato leek soup. Yeah, baby. Let's pull the fattest ones and leave the others for later. Take about 3 or maybe 4 of them, depending on how thick they are. All right. Let me get 2 more and I'll meet you in the kitchen. All right, I came in, gave those leeks a quick rinse, got all the dirt off the roots, tossed them on the counter. I went up and hit the shower. And when I came down, this entire kitchen was filled with the most exquisite aroma. These things, there's no describing them. They do need much more further cleaning, and I'll do that. I'll do one in the sink, and then I'll do the rest on my own. But first, let's hit the marble and see what else we have for this soup. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
All right, here we go. Here's those leeks. We're going to clean one of those together, and then I'll finish them up. I did about 5 because they're not all super fat. About 2 pounds of potatoes. These are those potatoes that not the ones I'm curing, the ones that I either hit with the fork, etc. So I've cleaned them up for you. Took the skins off, kept only the good unblemished parts. By unblemished, I don't mean that. That's fine. I mean, some of them have a little bit of the green. And by the way, I realized I didn't explain that. The green is solanine, which is part of the nightshade family, those plants, and it can be a little toxic. It's produced, particularly in the potatoes, when they get too much light. Like that first one you saw was up by the surface. Sun hits it, a little bit of solanine. So I got rid of any of the green potatoes, and I kept only the nice looking choice ones. And I'm going to cube these up before they go in the pot. I just wanted to get them skinned. Got about four nice beautiful garlic cloves. I just pulled these out of the pantry. Got tons of garlic this year. I'm super pumped. Butter, some cream, a little bit of thyme, and for when we serve, some chives. Now, I also have bay leaf. I'm running low, so I don't have any big leaves. So instead of putting them in and trying to fish out those little bits, I'm going to wrap it in this cheesecloth. So then I can pull the whole bundle out before I puree the soup. And then back here, I've got a beautiful chicken stock I made sometime, I think, in the middle of last week and froze it. So we are good to go. Let's go over to the sink and just do one of these leeks. All right, I'll do the fattest one. So what I'm going to do, we just want the white part of the leek and a little bit of maybe the green, up to about where the leaves are starting to. Now, those are going in the stock pot. I will not let those go to waste. Take off the top. As close to the roots as I can. I want as much leek as possible. And then, very simply, you see how they just harbor dirt? Because they grow underground. So, these are going to be cubed anyway. But what I'll do is I'll just cut it in half, run some cold water, and just start separating and getting all that sand washed out. Literally take the leek apart, layer by layer, and giving it a good rub. And once I clean them like this, I'm just going to cube them up. Just a nice, like, brunoise. Alright, here's your leeks. I'll get these all cleaned. I'll cube up all the potatoes, and I will see you over at the stove. Time to put the soup on. Got my pot warming up. I'll start with my butter. Get that melted. I don't want to brown it. I had the heat a little high, but I turned it down. And let's go right in with the leeks to keep that butter from browning. This is my first year growing these things. I am so psyched. I put them in last year like around November, I think, and they just overwinter. Same with the onions and garlic. Oh man, that aroma. So this year I think I'm putting in 2 monstrous rows of leeks. You have to give them some. You have to give up some ground because it's a long growth. I'm just harvesting them now. Let's get our garlic in. I just smashed it real good, and I showed you this on another episode. Look at the oils in that garlic. That's not coming from the store. In we go. I got 4 of them. Just smashed them. Take the skins off. Soup's going to get pureed. So no need to chop your garlic. It's going to get so soft it'll just puree right up. Lost a little cream there. Got some cleanup to do. If you could smell this right now, these leeks fresh out of the ground. I give that a few minutes to soften those up real well, and then we'll start going in with the potatoes, stock, and our other flavor elements, our herbs. The aroma in here is out of control. It's been about 10 minutes. Let's put the potatoes in. Start adding our chicken broth. I do want to measure this because I want between 7 and 8 cups, and I don't know if I had it, so I may be adding some water. Let's go, yeah, I'm going to be short. That's 2. That's 4. I get some water to fill it out. 6, and I'll go one more, 7. It's not going to hurt anything. This was a nice robust chicken stock that I made the other night, or last week. Let's toss in my little satchel with the bay leaf. Tied it up with a piece of the leek. Let's put our thyme in. A little salt. Black pepper. Now I'm going to crank this up, bring it up to a boil. Let's get a little QC taste. Oh wow. So everything's in but the cream. Cream's going to go in after we puree. So I'm going to bring this up to a boil, turn her down to a simmer, pop the cover on, and let it go for maybe 15-20. Pinch more salt, but not too much at the outset. Check the seasoning at the end, because the cooking can concentrate. All right, let's bring that up to a boil. All right, we got a nice rolling boil going here. I'm just going to take off some of these impurities, a little foam off the top. And then I'm going to lower the heat, get a little simmer going. We'll pop a cover on, and I'm going to go in and relax. Put a timer on for 15 minutes, maybe 20. Let it simmer nice and gently. All right, I think that's good. Let's turn her down. I think we're in good shape with this potato leek soup. See you back here in 20. Okay, my timer went off, 20 minutes. I snuck in here at about 15 to give a quality control check, and the flavor was already much more intense than it was before, because what happened in that 15 minutes was the potatoes getting out that bundle, right? Makes things nice and easy. Those were our bay leaf. There's a couple of sprigs of thyme I want to get out. What happened was in the 15 minutes, the potatoes cooked down and they started to, give it up. Before I left the kitchen for the 15 minutes, it was delicious, but I was basically just tasting the chicken stock flavored by a little bit of leek and garlic. Once the potatoes start cooking into there, now let's see how soft the potatoes are, because we do want to puree this soup. Let's get a chunk here. See what's going on with this potato. Yeah, nice and soft. Oh yeah. Wow. Leek is the magic allium, I gotta say. All right, let's take our trusty stick blender. If you don't have one of these, you can do it in the blender. Just be careful. Don't fill it too high. Fill it maybe halfway and take the little top off and start gentle, because this is hot, hot, hot. Nice and smooth. Here's when I really want to taste it, because now everything's been concentrated together. Oh, that is spectacular. It is going to want a little seasoning adjust, but we haven't added the cream yet. So let's get that in. And we want to simmer this for a little while, but I think we can test our seasoning with the cream. Freshly dug potatoes, just pulled leeks. This is just a treat and a half. Oh, the cream adds so much. It's almost like a clam chowder minus the seafood. Let's go with a little salt. Of course, you could serve this cold as vichyssoise, but I'm not doing that. I want a nice bowl of soup. It's actually cool out tonight. That is now salted perfectly. I'm going to give this a little bit of heat, leave the cover off, and give it about another 10 minutes. Let it just reduce a little, thicken down just a hair, and then we'll bowl it up, put some chives on top, and give it a taste. It's been on a while, thickened down a little. Let's get our bowl here. Little potato leek soup on a cool September night. It is now September. I think I can turn the stove off now. Look at that big pot of soup I have. I don't know how well this freezes with the cream. So I think I'm just going to be enjoying it for the next several days. Let's get some chives on top. Pop that bubble for presentation purposes. Go with a little crack of pepper for the flavor, but also just for the visual. Let's dig in. Let's see what these freshly harvested potatoes and leeks are offering up. Oh man, that is spectacular. Sometimes I feel like I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, but this is why I grow things. It's indescribable. When you get these veg fresh out of the ground like this, even the chives I just snipped. Potato leek soup. What a treat. We'll see you for the next episode.
Come on.